Background music and ambience brought to you in part by Midnight Syndicate. Music for the imagination and the perfect musical accompaniment for the Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game. The leader of Gagme is dead. The guild as a whole has been dealt a critical blow. The world trembles as portal magic tears at the fabric of reality. Tim and Terry must find the Stable One in order to end the threat from the other realms. And Master Duché has finally acquired the means to conquer and rule this realm as a god. Now, prepare yourselves for the culmination of Campaign 1 as they seek resolution of A Fool's Quest.
So, you say that I've been touched by this other real Greyhawk. What does that mean for me?
Well, it means that he can use you to his own means to sow chaos. I think part of the reason he hasn't taken full control is possibly because you have other gods warring over your soul. It appears you've sworn allegiance of some sort to Zariel. That allegiance may be what has saved you.
Interesting. So where do we go from here with this?
I'd recommend not going to Salune's realm. She'll probably hate you.
Yeah, she's tried to kill us
We've
twice.
been there,
Done
that.
and done.
Yes. Yeah, she's not our favorite person.
You likely won't be welcome in any of the other realms. I think what we would need is for you to find out the 3 children, the Lost One, Stable One, and Broken One, and send them to the In-Between to take their rightful places.
What about 2/3 there?
We're well on our way there.
We have all 3.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And they're with Abigail in the In-Between.
They're with Abigail.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they.
Oh, should we have not
I
said
forgot they went to the In-Between. I thought she was just.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's training them for their part of what's coming.
Well, if they fail, not only will the walls that protect Euphrae from the other gods dissolve, becoming an open war zone for anyone that would like to try and claim this as their territory, but also Greyhawk may be freed, and the catastrophic results of such an event would likely end this world, at least in any way that we know it.
I feel like maybe we should not have sent them with Abigail to the In-Between.
It seems like, not the greatest place to have them currently at. Oops.
Well, supposedly they're in a safe area
well.
of the In-Between.
So
and Thorkillen was very trusting of Abigail, and so am I.
Was Thorkillen? Okay, I didn't remember that. I was going to say, if one of the first people, so she came here with Merlin, and Merlin turned into this super evil Greyhawk, which turns out he's an asshole, she might be going to free him, is my concern.
I don't think anyone is trying to free Greyhawk anymore.
It would be in everyone's, including the other gods' best interest to keep him sealed.
Yeah, but if she's in love with Merlin...
Stop giving Nick ideas.
Abigail was one of the big fighters for Merlin when they first came here. She is a soldier through and through. A lot of the sorcerers and wizards that came here from the old world they mostly were researchers, and they studied things, and they liked botany, and they loved just nature in general. But some were true warriors, like Abigail. So maybe. I haven't seen her in a long, long time.
Oh, she's still very, very capable. I have another question about something you mentioned. You said that Merlin brought the first people here and created this realm with the Book of Magic.
Mm-hmm.
How important is that Book of Magic in what we need to be doing going forward?
It's never been a big part of the three children blocking Greyhawk in. I'm not certain what happens with that portion. I knew someone once who was one of the three children, sort of, in a way. And he had to go in, and when he was in, he never came back out. So I assume whatever happens, either they die or they're there for eternity.
Or both.
Well, the reason I ask about it, one of the other things that we are questing to do is to bring down a rogue wizard by the name of Master Duché. And he has acquired all of the pages to reconstruct the book.
Interesting.
And I don't think that he has everyone's best interest in mind as far as what he's going to do with it.
No, the guy's kind of a cunt.
Bit of a douche.
Somebody
had to say it.
Yeah.
And what did you say your name was again?
Malphaedor, Bromroyo.
Interesting. Hold on. Someone I know has been wanting to speak with you.
Oh no, a lot of the people that want to speak to him want to kill him.
Ooh.
I'm not going to get arrested again, am I?
She pulls out a book, and she flips to a page in the middle book. It's a blank page. And she takes a pen out, and she dips it in a vial, brings it slowly out, dabs it just a little bit in the corner, and then starts writing in a very beautiful calligraphy, old language, a spell that she scrolls out at the top of the page. And when she finally gets to the end of the page, she finishes the word with, "To the servant Macy," and sends it. After a few moments, a writing starts to happen in the book, and it says, "Hello, Malphaedor. This is Macy."
I just look up at Magno. How is this possible? What is this?
We are both servants of the many-faced God. We serve in different capacities. Hers is a very special one, different than mine. In what she does is a little darker.
Yeah, she supplies him with souls.
But upon entering his service, she made a deal with him that when the time came, she could talk to you to tell you something you would need.
Wonderful. So, what is it that Macy wishes to tell me?
You can speak to her through this book, and she hands you the pen and the quill.
Oh, so I have to write what I wish to speak with her?
You are capable of writing, are you not?
Oh, yes. I just wasn't sure of the semantics of how this communication worked.
She wasn't being condescending with that. Just a lot of people can't write. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, at this point, I'll spin the book around.
Are you one of those idiots who can't write? Fool.
There once was a girl from Nantucket.
Macy's like, I'm calling to contact you about your car's extended warranty. Fuck.
Well, probably start with, we have missed you greatly. And I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you better. Forgive me.
There's nothing to forgive. I found my way home. And I found my parents. Everything is good for me. Everything is not good for you, however. There are some things you need to do.
I'm glad things are well with you. I'm curious what I need to do. Tell me.
She puts a symbol on the paper, and she says, "Memorize this symbol. It is a book, the cover of a book. You'll find it at the Miskatonic University. This book talks about how to ward yourself from evil spirits. The thing is, this runic work only works in the godless realm, and only near real magic. The god that I serve has graced me with this information. In order to break your connection to Greyhawk, Zariel, or whoever else you're connected to, you must follow the incantation that is in this book at the Miskatonic University, but you must be in the godless realm when a magic event occurs."
When a magic event occurs.
Holy shit.
You'll have to siphon some of the magic.
You know what that means? Well, I know you know what that means. You wrote the damn thing. But
Yeah, he fucking knows what it all means.
Malphaedor is going to end up being stuck in the godless realm.
Oh, man.
Could be. But I won't have voices in my head.
That's true.
And it sounds a little better than the deal that Zariel had, where I had to just die. So, that's a plus.
Yeah.
So, right, once I'm in the godless realm, what kind of magic event will I look for?
It will have to be something large. My god didn't say specifically which one, but from some of the other servants here, they lead me to believe that it would be the binding of the 8 pages into the Book of Magic.
So, right, I'm sure he has those pages already. He's acquired the ones that we possessed. This should probably be soon then.
If he has all 8 of them, then yes, it will be soon. But the ritual takes a lot of time, and there is some magic in the stars for that realm. He'll have to wait for a specific time and find a specific place to be able to complete the ritual. You're not quite done yet.
Okay. So, I'll pen the question, Miskatonic University, question mark? Where is that?
The Miskatonic University is in the town of Thin-Tooth.
Okay. Look around to these two. Anything else before we wrap this up?
Thaddeus, anything?
No, I didn't know Macy.
Oh, for Macy,
Well,
I was...
you know the situation we're in, though. Anything that you feel the need to ask or inquire about?
No, I don't think so. I think the information she gave us is what we needed.
Okay.
I don't have any questions for Macy. I do have a question for Magno. That's what I'll do that when we leave.
Okay. So I will pen in the book. Thank you for speaking with me. We do miss you greatly, and wish you well.
Sorry we didn't pay you more.
She pens back. One last thing. There are 2 detectives trying to find you. They have something you need to get to the godless realm. Detective Monterey Jack
God damn it.
and Detective Sir Phobos are looking for you. After you finish at the Miskatonic University, I believe you can find them in the Sharvossi Desert, in a town called Ravia.
Ravia.
Sir
Yeah.
Phobos.
And that's where Zariel said I would find them. Zariel is aware of these two coming to aid me, and she has said she would send an agent of hers to help guide them to me, or to guide me to them.
You cannot let Zariel near those men. If her forces get those rings, they will destroy them so that Duché can finish his ritual and weaken the veil completely.
Should we jump to Ravia first, since we know they're there, and that seems
Pick up the extra hands while we
like
have it.
well, no. What's her name from the Hells?
Zariel?
Zariel. She's sending an agent to lead Malphaedor to them, or them to Malphaedor, but we don't want that agent to get to them, because they'll take the rings and destroy them, which will help Duché. So we need to go get those rings before either the agent gets to us to lead us to them, or gets to them to lead them to us.
I will note, and that is a smart idea, but I will note she said that you will meet them in Zavia, and that after the Miskatonic University.
Okay.
So Macy did kind of line out the order of
timeline.
operations.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
Cool.
All right. So next up, Miskatonic U.
Awesome.
All right. So I'll just lay my hand on the book and smile and remember, and enjoy a moment of reprieve, having been able to tell her that, his thoughts on what happened. So, Magno, pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Do you plan on speaking with Thorkillen anytime soon?
Hadn't planned on it, but, the way things have gone, I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah.
You're going to need an incredibly strong item to go with you and to stop Duché if he has the Book of Magic. It took Merlin quite a long time to actually reach godhood to a power level where he was actually destructive, where he actually had the capacity to hurt other gods. So it will take Duché a while to get to that power as well. With that said, he still will be the most powerful person on the planet should he complete that ritual.
Well, we do have Abigail's horn.
Abigail gave you her horn?
Yes.
Then I wouldn't consider her evil, because if you broke that horn, Abigail would become mortal.
She entrusted it to me.
I don't imagine someone with ill intent giving you their life
I
force.
forgot she gave us the horn.
Yeah.
Fine,
But it's also got a very powerful anti-magic effect, which could come very handy in facing off with Duché and the book.
Yeah, necessary.
The dangerous thing about Abigail is that she can blow her horn, make anyone lose all their magic, and then fight you in single combat. And no one wants to fight Abigail in single combat.
Do you want to have a bad day? That's how you
So
have
we'll
a
just
bad
make
day.
sure we point Abigail at Duché.
Yeah, problem solved.
let me give you guys something. Do one of you have the ability to cast portals?
I'll look over at
Nope,
Thaddeus.
never.
The old man.
Portals?
The old
What are
man.
those? What? Where are we? Yeah, I can cast portals. Like, pretty much whenever. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal.
The Blinding Bay is the one place in all of Euphrae that no gods can see into. It is completely blocked from all scrying. No one can find you here. So, with that said, I am going to give you a rune for a teleportation portal to my own private home. If there's an emergency, you can use that to come here, and I will help you to the best of my ability.
That's super handy. Thank you.
Yes.
Malphaedor, if you really worship the god Zariel, or you are bound to her, when you die, she will own your soul for 100 times the amount of years you were in service here. It is one of the longest afterlife punishments in all of the many-faced gods realm. If you come here mortally wounded, I can give you death rights that would put you into the many-faced god's servitude instead.
I'll keep that in mind.
I know that it's not the most appealing of options, but serving my god after dying has been a lot more convenient than trying to serve someone like Zariel, I assume.
Yeah, Zariel was forgive the phrase, a necessary evil at the time.
Well, better than the original Merlin, or Greyhawk. Yeah.
That's very disconcerting.
Also, Selune stays away from Euphrae as much as possible because she hates it here. But the other gods will try to take advantage and get here.
Mm-hmm.
They'll try to find any way they can to get their fingers into Euphrae. Do your best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Just, hypothetical. What if, for instance, another god was able to get to Euphrae?
I think that could destabilize the magic in Euphrae even more. Maybe not. I mean, we keep going through these cycles and they keep getting faster and faster on when the children have to go sacrifice themselves, but I mean, I just wouldn't recommend it. Avoid it if we can.
Oh, well, obviously, but,
Yeah. Best case scenario.
Whoops.
Okay. Well, anything that we didn't cover here?
Oh, I had one more thing I wanted to cover with her before we left.
And I will thank her greatly, and apologize for just dropping all this on her out of nowhere. But it is much appreciated.
I will note, the reason I can talk about this stuff so freely here, especially saying the word Merlin, is because we are in the Blinding Bay, where no gods and no entities can see in. I would strongly recommend not saying that name anywhere in the rest of Euphrae. You will be a target for all things that can reach you.
Heard it's
Good to know.
Voldemort's people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been touched by he who cannot be named.
Right before we leave, I am going to ask Magno, what the fuck is up with the Ghost Hallway?
Fair.
Oh,
It's labeled Ghost Hallway. I want to know.
yes.
I'm not leaving without knowing.
So what I do is when people die, and a lot of times from all over the world, when they die, their bodies are sent to the Blinding Bay, and I, as one of the many-faced gods, servants, bless them, and help send them on their way so they don't get lost. There are some people who die in horrific ways where their bodies can't be put back together, and they end up haunting things like dolls or vests, like her wedding dresses, or a wagon wheel. It is weird. There's this whole event where a wagon wheel rolled around and murdered a bunch of villagers.
So basically it's just a warehouse full of no longer possessed stuff.
It's like cursed trinkets, curios.
The item, yes, when cursed items come here that are attached to human souls, I am able to help send them on their way.
And then
So,
is it a gift? Did you turn it into a gift shop?
Yeah, is that
Be
just?
great.
would you like the gift?
Is that all just stuff that
I
doesn't?
love
have
that
any
show,
more
by the way.
quality? I want to go look at the.
It's that
the not
episode
haunted
of
stuff.
the episode of Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah,
Or the Needful Things
yes.
ripoff.
So it's all cursed.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, that's fair. Fair.
No, I absolved them.
Nice. Awesome. Then before we leave, I'm wandering into the ghost hallway. I want to see what kind of weird shit's in there. What's been possessed? Sounds fun as fuck.
Nothing's possessed now. It's all the spirits are gone. It's just a warehouse full of garbage.
Or cool shit.
You know what you guys have that is possessed? Had, I should say.
Malphaedor's helmet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the 9 Lives Scimitar.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, does she have my scimitar? Isn't that here because that's sold?
No.
No.
Too convenient.
Ready to head to Thin Tooth?
Yep. Thin Tooth and the Miskatonic University.
Whoop.
Whoop whoop. There it is.
So you got that rune to bring us back here if we ever needed it.
Yeah, she gave that to
Cool.
me.
Sweet. Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
And the Miskatonic University is in that one book of teleportation circles as well.
Right.
Nice.
So, guess just head down like an alley somewhere away from prying eyes and
Go down the ghost hallway.
Should we rest at some point in time? Because to be fair, we went fight, bar, eat.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you've got spell slots. I need to take a break. Like, we should probably take a small
This
rest.
would
at
actually
some
be a
point in
pretty
time.
decent place to crash out because nothing knows we're here and well,
That was a very good idea. Yeah, let's stay
Well,
the
I mean,
night here, and then
Zariel
first thing in
knows
the
I'm
morning-
here, but she can't do anything. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
since we
can't
don't have to
see
worry
ya.
about travel time, we can literally rest and then fuck off.
So you go back to Spike's Dive?
Yeah. They have an inn attached, I assume.
Where are we standing right now? Are we still in the hospital?
well-
Have we made it outside?
I mean, if you guys want, you can have made it outside, or if you wanted to be, you stood away from her desk in your typical fashion and had this weird, very personal conversation in front of a complete stranger. I mean, that's generally what you all
That's-
do.
you know
So.
what?
first time.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Exposition
And then-
doesn't happen in real life.
I'll turn and ask Magno for the name of a good inn to stay at.
Can you recommend a restaurant?
She tells you you can stay at the Tilted Hammer. It is just a couple doors down on the other side of the mayor's mansion. It's a lovely place. Just tell them to put it on my tab.
Oh, thank you very
Thank
much. All right.
All right, head on over to the inn.
Okay. And Stefan, as you guys are walking, goes, "Who was Macy?"
Long story. Come on, I'll tell you over drinks.
Okay.
Was is a very important part of that story.
Thank you so much for listening. We need to take a quick moment to flip it on over to the B-side, so sit tight and relax. A Fool's Quest will be right back.
In the year 247, in the Age of Judges, Vartan was summoned home by a letter stating that his father has died under mysterious circumstances. Upon returning home, Vartan opened his mind to the possibility that his father's death and his hometown of Eterno was not everything that it appeared to be. Join us for the next 27 episodes as Vartan comes face to face with monsters, uncovers ancient magic, and finds new friendship with Baya Rustin, the half-elf sorcerer, and Ovik, the tiefling cleric, as they assist him in uncovering the mysteries behind his father's death and the town of Eterno. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace, an A Fool's Quest production, coming to a podcatcher near you.
Oh yeah, the flip side is spinning and the villains are chilling. Let's get back into it on A Fool's Quest. Now, let's join the drow rogue Ayda, the gladiator bard Francis the Lion, and the rogue warlock Hesh von Eggars as they conspire together to thwart the progress of those gag-me fools. Beware, there be villains here.
You get back, it's morning, you head off to the boats, you head off to the wagons. So there's a caravan of 6 wagons that are all loading passengers up to take them deeper into the desert to the desert boats.
You should say we had to swap out some passes or something.
If we wanted to go in the 2 hours versus the next day,
Okay.
we could have came back and got the orange ones instead of the pink ones, but we didn't.
Gotcha.
We're going to keep the pink ones and go.
All right.
Keen Mind told me that.
Good job. That's
It actually worked this time.
Yeah, it was an accident. To think I had to kill.
I didn't hear your keen mind that time.
I had to kill a whole cult for it to work.
You sure did.
Gonna be honest, that is not how I imagined that playing out.
They were a disgrace. Ugh. Disgusting. They didn't fucking deserve to live. I was gonna be upset if I had to kill them myself. To be honest with you. Alright.
Alright, so you get in the caravan and you ride into the desert for about 3 hours. After 3 hours, you get to a location, and the sands, you can see there is a specific drop-off where the sands all of a sudden start flowing like a river. And what you see is a giant boat. But do you remember that boat toy that you could put in the bathtub where it's just like 2 giant spinning clockwork gears? Like a kid's toy, an actual kid's toy.
You wound it up
like
with the rubber
paddles.
bands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that, but it holds like 100 people.
All right.
You are ushered up on board, and there are some guards there, but they're not standing like, abrasive, douchey, don't challenge my authority guards. They're more like, we are sailors, this is our boat, and we work really hard for a living, so follow the rules of the crew, and everyone will get where they need to be. Like, they offer to help some of the people that look a little bit more injured or hurt with their luggage. So overall, it looks like they care about their boat and the people paid for the passage. They accept your writs of passage. There's actually a what are they called? The constructs.
The golem?
Nope.
Warforged?
There's actually a Warforged that is taking your writs. So you need to walk up, and she opens her mouth, and you push the writ into her mouth, and she scans it and then tells people that they can board. So you've seen this happen several times.
Hello, sister.
Hello, brother.
Just like,
Oh, you speak common. Good.
Unceremoniously shoving it in her face, not really waiting for her to open her mouth.
So rough. So rough.
We have fun. I don't know if you guys have picked up or not, but Hesh fucking hates Warforged.
A little bit.
Ever since the stupid island with that dumbass medical, ambulance thing. Worthless.
I mean, there was that other Warforged that you guys made a necklace out of her teeth. That was before that.
One called him an asshole, I think.
Yeah.
They're not great, and they sync really well.
Please, board. She waves you forward.
I'll just hand her my thing. My pass.
All right, she grabs it with her stumpy little T-Rex arms and tries to put it into her mouth, but it keeps flopping up and down. The wind keeps moving it around. So
I'm not gonna help.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it takes so long, where you think, God, this took way longer than it needed to. I can't believe this took so long. That was just so ridiculous. Oh God, it's still taking longer. It still hasn't completed yet. How is this a thing? Oh my God, she finally got it in. And then she says, "You can board." Unaccepted.
It's like a wrinkled bill. You have to straighten it out first.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, I'll go on up the gangplank there.
All right, next.
I just hand her mine.
All right.
Figured you'd let Sebastian do.
She starts to take her T-Rex arms, and Sebastian's just like, for dear Lord's sake. He grabs it and puts it in. There you go.
Audible
lady.
cheering from the line behind.
My hero.
One of her arms starts malfunctioning. He's like, oh, for the love of Pete.
The fucked up thing about this entire campaign is that Sebastian was the main character this whole time.
Alright, so him and not Mike. So you make it up into the boat. The Warforged, after another hour and a half, finally gets the other 12 people checked in. And you the captain comes out and he's like, set sail, and he cracks open a bottle of rum and just starts chugging away, getting just blitzed because he's making bank right now. And yeah, you guys take off into the desert ocean.
Francis, we could totally take over this ship.
I mean, it's stuck in the desert. It's not really a point.
But we could.
Lucrative business.
Just
obviously we could. We took over the Clab, but
an armada
wouldn't do any good for us.
Commodore
It's just not worth the effort. However, that drunk captain seems like he's just made a whole lot of money, and it's probably here somewhere.
Do you want it?
No, not really. I've still got 561.
I've got a little bit.
I have almost 8,000.
I have almost 13.
Okay.
Which I'm sure that's gone down unless Sebastian has foregone payment this whole time.
Yeah, he's been taking his cut, but he figures you'll just pay him in one lump sum at the end of once you get home and safe. He figures he'll take his cut.
Haha, joke's on him. There is no home for Ayda.
And no safe for Sebastian.
So Hesh is gonna go to his quarters and rest finally.
It's just another big hammock.
I had nothing to do with this booking.
Put the park the backpack down and try and just talk to her in Abyssal and quiet. Yeah, that's all really I'm worried about doing for the journey.
Okay. So you start talking. You're pretty exhausted still after 4 days of like no rest, and you definitely got some food now, but still not feeling it.
Carrying around a torso.
And yeah, carrying around a torso
with a head.
And into the night, you hear someone, one of the sailors, up on top of the boat shouts, "2 arms! 2 arms! We're under attack! 2 arms!"
Oh.
How much danger could we be in if they only have 2 arms?
I roll out of bed and decide that since I have 2 arms, he must need me up there. I think your backpack has to stay.
And Carlos, of course.
Well, clearly Carlos.
Leave him with me. I'm going to stay in my cabin.
I'm gonna head up to the deck with my arms.
All right. I'm gonna hop in the mech suit, put on the backpack.
Come on, Carlos. We have to go murder stuff.
You head upstairs and you see floating out of the sky in a desert storm cloud that is above the actual desert. So there's not sand or anything pelting the ship, but there is a cloud of sand above the ship. And out of it is falling these creatures that are absolutely disgusting looking. They have 5 arms with sharp, like, pointers on them. They're like spider legs almost. But there's only 5 and not 8. And then they've got 2 normal human-style legs that come down. But they're floating down like spiders out of the sky, out of the storm cloud, falling down, and some have landed on the deck. And they're moving toward the sailors on all of their spider leg things that are arms. They're spider arms. They're moving, crawling across the ground until they get into range, melee range, and then they stand up on their legs and pounce toward these sailors. And so they are starting to take out the different people who are grabbing swords and knives and daggers and trying to fend them off. And these monstrosities are called the Lost. If any of you would like to make a history or arcana check if you think you might know what they are.
Absolutely.
I rolled a 4 total.
I gotta find my skills.
Well, it's not a fiend or a aberration, so
20.
you don't know, Hesh.
Flaccid 20.
Yeah, I just got an 11.
All right. Okay. So
I'm not even up
an
there.
11,
Never mind.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
You're down in the bunk with Sebastian. More tea, milady.
Not now. Damn
All
it.
the people are screaming in the background.
Trying to listen. That's the TM.
On brand with this. Yes.
Francis, you know these creatures. They're medium monstrosities, and they like to, when they attack, they have something that is called Tightening Embrace. And if it gets attacked, while it has a creature grappled, it stabs the creature. So when it attacks, it will jump on and latch onto a creature and try to grapple them. But if they take any damage while they're grappled, they will sink their spider arms into the creature that they've got grappled to try and bleed it dry as like a defense mechanism.
Gross. Alright, I will pass that on. If you harm them while they're holding someone, they will kill that person, most likely.
Francis, you're first, then Hesh, then the bad guys. There are 3 of these lost that are not currently engaged with other people.
Alright, spells. They're not really humanoid, are they?
Nope. Monstrosities.
And we're on a boat, so fireball's probably not the best idea. Oh. Are all of them within a 30-foot cube?
The 3 that are near you, yes.
Any of the other ones I can catch in that 30-foot cube?
Yeah, one of the ones that's engaged with one of the sailors currently on him, fighting him, got him grappled. You could do that.
So that one and the sailor 2 and the other 3 then, I will need a wisdom save of a 17. As I cast Hypnotic Pattern.
I rolled a 3 and got a 1. And the sailor got a 16.
Ah.
So.
Yeah, him too then. They're incapacitated and have a speed of 0. They're charmed by the spell for the duration, which is concentration up to a minute. Spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
So they all freeze up with their claws on the ground and their faces up toward the sky and their heads kind of tilted backward looking at you, except for the one that has the guy grappled with his claws about ready to jut into the dude. And everybody stays still. Hesh, it's your turn.
Takes damage?
I was thinking they're using the haste hourglass, but yeah, if they take damage, they snap out of it, but that means we only have to deal with one at a time.
A grapple does not do damage.
But if you grapple him, you're shaking him.
Yeah, you're going to shake him out of the stupor.
So, in my mind, I was thinking of walking over and picking him up like a baby. And then just walking him off the side. So he would wake up mid-fall, if that's cool. But it's technically a grapple, because I have to pick him up.
Just a gentle grapple.
It would be your action to grapple him, and then to throw him over the side would be a different action.
Yeah.
So you could walk up and grapple him, but it's going to activate him, and he'll get a turn to try and attack you.
Yeah, just.
Okay. I will just walk over and pull my rapier warning. And.
Wait, are you back in the mech suit?
Yeah. Yep. Hit. So both those hit. One of them gets sneak attack damage. 14 damage for the first hit. And then 11 damage for the second hit.
14 and 11?
So that's my turn.
Alright. So the Lost A is gonna snap out of it after you stabbed him twice and did uber damage to him. And he is going to attack you twice as well. Does a 17 hit?
No.
No. Alright, so he was in a stupor and you walked up and just stabbed him twice, and so he snapped out of it and took 2 of his arm spikes and tried to stab at you, but they just ricochet off your armor. And he lets out a screech. The other 2 guys are still frozen, as well as the random one that was on the dude. And Ayda, off to you in your cabin. You hear some skittering and some sailors screaming and some bodies hitting the water. And one of the people in the crow's nest starts playing a dirge on a flute. So,
I'm sorry. What did you say he rolled to attack me?
10 and a 17.
Oh no. Okay, it's 18 to hit me. I just want to make sure I wasn't wrong.
Yeah. I guess I would like creep up to see what's going on and assess the situation.
Okay. So you slowly climb up the stairs and look out onto the deck to see this chaotic scene unfolding. And Sebastian whispers behind you, "Milady, I brought you some tea to drink while you enjoy the show.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
If need be, protect me right now? Do you see this shit going on out here?
Well, duh!
Oh, yes, quite so.
Alright, so... Are they, like, surrounded? Or are they kind of in a group?
The monster things are kind of scattered all over the ship, attacking different sailors. The ones that Hesh and Francis are currently engaged with are in a group and frozen still.
May I interrupt for like 2 seconds? If they were incapacitated, doesn't that mean that any attack on them was a critical?
Yeah, it does. Automatic hit and a critical. I think. Let me...
An incapacitated creature can't take actions or reactions.
I think it's unconscious then maybe. One of them's a automatic critical.
Yeah, it is unconscious. Yep. I just saw that. Yep. Okay. So nope, your damage is what it was. Alright. Jess.
How far away am I from them?
20 feet.
Alright, so I will throw myself and Sebastian in the mix, I guess.
Wait for me, milady.
Well, yeah. Come on now.
Coming.
Do we have to roll our initiatives? Or...
No, you can just go at this point.
Alright, so who am I closest to?
The same one that Hesh von Eggars just attacked. Lost Day.
Okay. Alright, so... I'll use my... Let's see here. Rapier, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Buzzing. Buzz.
It's a 25 to hit.
That hits.
And then I roll the sneak attack damage, right?
Yep.
For 16 points of damage. And that's another 7 damage. 16 and 7.
Nice.
And then I have another attack, right?
Nope, just the one.
Okay. Alright.
But Sebastian gets an attack.
What is he? He's unarmed, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just roll him
plus
normal.
5 to his attack.
Yeah.
Yep, so d20 plus 5. And then 2d6 damage.
13, and that didn't... He missed.
So he's like, watch out, my lady. And he swings but misses at it.
And I have to kind of duck to his... Careful, buddy.
Sorry, milady.
Stay focused. And that's it.
You're so distracting.
Shh, calm down.
This concludes this episode of A Fool's Quest. Join us next time for more fun and daring adventure. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like, subscribe, review, and comment on your favorite platform to listen to A Fool's Quest.